Yo, what's going on guys, it's Abs here and welcome back to another Gears 5 news video. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about the melee tuning update, the ranking and matchmaking update, as well as the store and weekly supply drop update as well. So just before I do start this video, if you can do me a favour and subscribe and hit that notification bell if you're new here, as I will be covering not just Gears 5 news but everything Gears of War in general. So in the latest What's Up edition that Gears of War have actually posted, as always I just pick the key information that you really need to know to stay up to date. So let's begin. So it firstly goes on to talk about the melee tuning update. The bulk of the tuning focuses on two areas of the attack, the lunge targeting area and the post attack cooldown. So it firstly talks about the lunge. So the lunge is enabled by a small area in front of each player. When a valid enemy is within this space and the melee input is pressed, the attacker will quickly close the remaining distance up until the hit while staying oriented to the target. The hit timing is the same as it always has been in Gears, 0.26 seconds. So according to that statement, obviously it's always been the same timing wise. Now let's see what else they've got to say. We shipped the game with a tuning that put this range just outside of the Nasher Gib distance, that line where the Nasher becomes a one-shot Gib rather than a two-shot down that all Gears since 2 have had. This meant that when attacking a Nasher player with melee meant that you wouldn't necessarily be outright killed since the attacker hadn't yet crossed that line when the attack was initiated. It was intended to put both players in a relatively similar position where the next shot or melee attack would respectively kill. So obviously what that means is, since Gears 2 it's pretty much had the same system, but they decided to change it in Gears 5 for I don't know what reason. Let's see what else it has to say. This has had an unintended effect on the larger risk/reward ratio of the melee. However, simply put, it's too easy to land a melee hit at the moment, so we have reduced this area. Lunge target range reduced by 30%, the lunge target angle reduced by 35%, and lunge attack rotation speed reduced by 30%. So the result of this is a shorter and narrower target area. This puts the valid target area to well within the Nasher Gib range, and also forces the attacker to have to be more accurate with their facing when they initiate melee. The lunge attack rotation speed decrease means that attacking players moving quickly perpendicular to you, rolly run, cover slip or evading will result in less connections at furthest lunge distances. Melee PSA: if a victim evades or slides into cover after a melee attack has been started against them, then the connection is immediately broken and the lunge stops. They can still be hit by the natural knife swing if close enough, however. So the cooldown: a player's ability to reactivate melee after a hit or a miss was slightly reduced compared to previous Gears. This was done to support the Nasher 1v1 described above, allowing a similar recovery time for both shotgun and melee attack. We have increased this cooldown. Post melee attack cooldown increased by 25%. So this puts the recovery time squarely back to what it was, 1.25 seconds. This means that the victim of a non-lethal melee attack has all of the advantages when responding now. The attacker cannot do a lethal action, ranged or melee, until that time is up. So basically what that's saying is the melee attack cooldown has been increased by 25%, and that pretty much puts it back to how it always was. So basically the changes that they made were useless and it only broke the game. Just like many other changes that they've made, they've messed up big time, and obviously they're paying for their mistakes now, and thankfully they're rectifying some mistakes one step at a time, but unfortunately it is quite late. 2 months have gone since the release of Gears 5, and the fact that these issues are still in the game is so frustrating. It shouldn't have been changed anyway in the first place. It never needed changing really. And it has a conclusion there, so it states, "We acknowledge that there is other feedback around melee that the fans want us to address, specifically about how quickly a player can melee attack after firing a ranged weapon. We are looking into this, but any changes here are much more involved and will take longer. should we decide to act. For now, the tuning described above will put the core PvP melee into a healthier place. So that's the updates regarding melee tuning. And in regards to the ranked and matchmaking updates, obviously I have explained that in 2 previous news videos. So phase 2 of the 3-phase matchmaking improvements following the success of phase 1 for most users, that will come today on Wednesday, November the 13th. So obviously stay tuned for that. Obviously it's a 3-stage phase, so phase 1 had some good impacts. Hopefully phase 2 does the same, and obviously we'll just have to see how that plays out. And the other bit of key information that I thought I'd share is the weekly store items. Not just because of what the store items actually are, but my opinion of it as well. So the weekly store rotation is Cardboard Shepherd character skin, 800 iron. Now I'm not going to give my opinion of this until after I've read them all out. Cardboard Loadout Weapon Skins pack, 600 iron. Animated Windflare Nasher weapon skin, 400 iron. It doesn't say iron, but it means iron. Her Mark, 50 iron. Moving forward, we have discontinued the daily item slot and will only have weekly content available in the store. Don't forget, next Tuesday we'll see a brand new collection of content available in the store while this week's collection goes away. Now then, Cardboard Shepherd and Cardboard Loadout. What is this? What is this? What are they playing at? I don't understand. What are they doing? You have so many different amazing characters that you can give us, but you decide to do that. What kind of content is that? I actually haven't seen a picture of this Cardboard Shepherd yet, so maybe I shouldn't judge too much, but by the sounds of it, what are they doing? You have so many different characters you can give us that people might actually want to buy. Who's going to pay 800 iron for that? Because I know I'm not, and I won't be getting gameplay of that because I don't want to support characters like that, because I'm only going to support characters that they give to us because of what we want, and that makes sense as well. Obviously, for example, I want my Delta squad, I want the Carmines, I want Cantus, Locust Grenadiers, Snipers, the list goes on and on and on. There's so many different characters you can bring into the store or the Tour of Duty, whatever it may be. But why are they just doing this to us, man? Why are they doing this? It is so frustrating. But I will probably have a top 5 characters that I want to see video coming out soon, so stay tuned for that as well. As always, I do like to give my opinion and always constructive feedback to the coalition. But yeah guys, that is the latest news update in regards to Gears 5 at the moment. So if you found this video informative, then be sure to drop a like and comment down below what you think of this update. Subscribe for more Gears 5 content if you're new here, and I will catch you guys on the next one.